they tend to suck the life out of the towns they're near, just because they are. They also provide great shopping. I mean, the people flock near one of the towns we live near, Dodgeville, because there's a big Walmart. There was a Walmart in Dodgeville. It was on a small scale, and it wasn't much of a Walmart, as Walmarts go. So Walmart went out on the outskirts, and they built their monster big box. And Walgreens, right next to them, big drugstore. And as a result, the life inside Dodgeville has changed. As I mentioned, the hardware store now is gone. It's empty storefront. My guess is that the community drugstore is going to be going next. That's what happens when those big boxes come in. They're not incorporated into the town. They're usually out on the fringe, and they've got monster parking lots. They've also usually got a lot of light glare into the sky, which can be handled. And there's a way to do that. The farmers have some of the worst light glare with those god-awful green lights that go up. And they don't need it. They just need shields on them to light and illuminate the area around the house. But big boxes, by and large, are built on the outside of the community. And it's a death to the community. It's not that you shouldn't have development or you shouldn't have that shopping opportunity, but it should be with trying to create the development in the town. That's where it ought to happen. And there are ways to do that. And there are ways to provide employment in doing that. And I don't mean by just building the building that the store is going to be in. I mean permanent employment. I still don't have answers to what you do with the shoreline here. And it's the part that attracts people here, and it's the part that's despoiled the most, and will continue to be, unless it's figured out how you do it. I agree, there are lots of ecological support for acquiring lands and watersheds, and New York's the best example of that. They protected their water supply, some of the best drinking water in the country, by buying up the watershed. But as a strategy to handle what's going on, the nibbling to death of the Eastern Shore, I don't think it is. And I haven't, in my varied life, figured out how you do it. But you have to start with some good examples of what can work. And that's finding developers with a conscience and a desire to do what's right, and encouraging them, and engaging the public in ways that they've not been engaged before, and see if you can pull it off, and see if you can produce an example. You know, Portland or Pittsburgh, these are all cities, I realize it, that you can point to and say, this is what we want, this is what we want here. Otherwise, the pressures are coming, and they're just going to get bigger and bigger. And the things that you love are going to be gradually eaten away. And Rouse saw this, and however you see his proposal there, he nevertheless was offering a vision that made sense.